Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. Grab a block and a blanket if you have one, and we'll figure it out if you don't. And as always, remember to take good care of yourself because I can't see you. Only little tiny boxes. So listen to your body, do what's right for you, and most importantly, just breathe. So we'll start in cross-legged position. I like to sit on a little support. If you have it, mine as well. Really, because unless you're really open and practice all the time, sitting on the ground is challenging. And so the support helps create a easier aligned posture. And we're going to be talking about shoulder stuff today to finish out the week with that. And a huge part of your shoulder stuff is due to posture. And we sit in this slumped position, we pull the shoulders out of the sockets and then work there, and it puts strain on all the muscles. So let's just begin by setting the pelvis, get that low back curve in, lean your middle back so that your shoulders are over your hips, and pull those elbows back so they're underneath shoulders. And then the forward head posture is an easy thing to cultivate in our life. So pull the skull back so that it's over the spine and supported. It might feel a little kind of turtly. Try not to harden the neck muscles. Feel space at the base of the skull lifting you up. And choose if you want to keep the palms turned down to add a little more grounding, if you're feeling kind of all over the place, or if you're feeling more lethargic, turn the palms up. Invite in some energy. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already, and tuning into your breath. Notice where it resides right now before you change it. Allow it to deepen naturally with your attention to it, and be very curious as to how this progresses. Noticing how your posture has evolved with your attention to your breath. And gently bring yourself back to alignment, and that's going to be a constant negotiation. As the breath now deepens further, feeling those pauses at the ends, just that little moment to appreciate the top, and that little moment to appreciate the bottom. So not even a hold, just an awareness. And turn the palms down to the thighs if they're up. Move the hands a little bit more towards the knees. Extend your arms, press the palms down into the knees, and pull the shoulder heads broad. Breathing deeply here, noticing how the inhale, if you really send it up to the collarbones, lifts you up so much. And then the exhale, stay lifted, but notice that rooting in the return. A couple more like that with the pauses at the ends. Now start to exaggerate the movement a bit with our seated cat-cow. Inhale. Breathe all the way up to the collarbones, maybe crown of head. Turn your face up to the sky, arch the back. Exhale. Chin to chest, round the spine. Tuck the tail. Super slow moving back and forth. Allowing there to be just a pause at the top. It's like when you throw a kid in the air. And there's that moment between it going up and going down and vice versa. Play with your breath in that same way. Do one more round. Now, as you inhale, take your arms out to the corners and extend the chest, and then pause for one moment. And exhale, wrap your arms around you, around your back, and pause, soften the shoulders. Again, inhale, take the arms to the corners. Pause here and get bigger. Exhale, wrapping opposite arm across as you take it back. Pausing to get softer. Let's say we're inhaling for about a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out for 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in for 1, 2. Get big. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 1, 2. One more round on your own. Maybe expanding the count, maybe staying with that same one in the pauses. Let yourself get deeper. Come to a neutral spine. Take a moment to breathe into that space. And making your way to hands and knees if you're on something hard, maybe using the blanket to kneel on. Coming into puppy pose, Anahata Asana. Hips stay over the knees. And we walk the torso forward. We can start with the elbows bent and resting the head down. And you want to let the shoulder blades melt together, right? Not getting stuck up here, but letting the shoulder blades melt and the forehead melt down. Right, so the formula for this, the closer your elbows are to your head as far as width-wise, the more intense of a stretch you'll get in your shoulders and in your chest. And then vice versa, if you take your elbows wider from your head out to the sides, maybe a little more cactusy, you're gonna have less intensity there. So you use what's appropriate for you. Feeling a little bit of core engagement. Right, to support the pouring of the spine out of the low back. Now press your palms down, bringing the hands more shoulder distance, maybe a little bit wider. Get the elbows up off the mat. Feel the pressing of the palms. Lift your elbows up and then soften your shoulders down. Pull your hips back as you walk the hands even a little bit more forward. Take 2 more breaths. Taking the hands back. I'm gonna say like a foot. Tuck your toes under and now push your hips back. Maintain as much as you can of that puppy pose. Look forward between the palms. Drag your hands back towards you and then extend the legs slowly into your down dog. Can pedal feet. Walking gently into your hamstrings. You're pressing the palms down. Again, we just added the other half of our leg from our puppy pose, yeah? If the hamstrings are tighter, you can bend the knees. It helps give you more length through the spine. Try and let your head hang heavy. One more full breath. Coming to child's pose, we'll go into a balasana right away. So knees and feet together, hips back, arms back, but maybe if your head isn't touching the ground, you might take a hand forward and put your fist underneath or slide a block underneath there. And there's a broadening of the navel that's gonna help you get into yourself a little bit closer. Right? So not hardening, but a lengthening with Uddiyana Bandha. Rock a little side to side. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands, forward fold. Take the feet hip distance. Bend your knees as much as you need. Maybe take opposite elbows if that's accessible and feels supportive enough. Rooting down through the front of the heel. To get your hips over your heels, switch the cross of your arms. Really let your head hang down. Maybe shake it out. Broadening the hamstrings, narrowing the sitting bones. Release your arms down. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Get really big. Good. Hands to heart. Close down your eyes. Standing here with palms together at the center of the chest. Find the four corners of your feet and press them down evenly. And notice how that shifted you all the way up through the crown of your head. Hug the shins in, take thigh bones back. Notice the support of the legs and hips start to turn on. Press your mid-glute forward, take your low ribs back, and there's the core. All of that while keeping the shoulders back in line with the torso. Head safely on the spine. Open your eyes, bring your toes to touch. You're near the top of your mat. Release the arms down. Inhale, slowly bringing the arms up. Pause with the breath in, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Pause with the inhale, get broader. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Back knee comes down. One inhale, rise. Lifting the chest, pause to get bigger. Exhale, hands down, step your back foot forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, reverse swan dive, get big. Exhale, hands down through heart center and down to your side. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bowing forward, keeping the hips over the heels as much as possible. Inhale, halfway up. Pause to get bigger. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back. Untuck toes, inhale, arms up. Pausing to broaden. Exhale, hands down, step your back foot forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart and down to your side. You're gonna do that 2 more times on each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot back. Back knee comes down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands down, step your back foot forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands through heart, down to the sides. Inhale. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot steps back. Back knee down. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, back foot forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down through heart. Following your own breath. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot steps back. Back knee down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale and back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down through heart, down to your sides. Close your eyes. Just feel the energy you have stirred up. Breathe into it. And open your eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up. This time, maybe join the palms and find a little back bend. And we find this front spine opening by decompressing through the whole spine with the core. One more big breath, legs are straight. Exhale, bow. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back to down dog. Both feet together. Find your down dog. See what's changed. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Bring knees down first. If you'd like, everything lands at the same time. Untucking toes. Interlace your hands behind your back. Start with the forehead down. Bend your elbows. Roll your shoulder blades together. It's like you're trying to touch those elbows together. All right, and then extend the arms back as you lift your chest up and forward. Keep the chin down, right? Because we don't want to thrust that head up off the spine behind us or in front of us, yes? Get your legs strong. Push the feet down, kneecaps up. One more big breath. Exhale, release, turn your head to one side. Feeling more of your consciousness moving up into your heart and across your shoulders. You're going to interlace the hands, opposite grip. Again, forehead down, elbows bent, roll the shoulders together, root your pubic bone down. This time extending through arms and legs to lift up both ends. This is some of the best work that you can do to keep your shoulders happy, right? Some back extension. One more big, deep breath all the way to the collarbones. Pause and get bigger. Exhale, release, turn your head the other direction. Feeling your heartbeat. Hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes under, press up through hands and knees, toes tucked. Push back to a child's pose with the toes tucked. Look between your palms, fire up your belly. Inhale, extend those legs. And next inhale, float your right leg up, three-legged dog. Soften the tops of your shoulders so the arm bones are plugged in, and then broaden the collarbones. One more breath. Exhale, step inside your right hand, back heel down. Warrior one. Bring the arms up. Pressing through that back heel. And so on the exhale, we're gonna bend the knee. On your inhale, you're gonna straighten your front leg and bring the arms down. Good, and then so exhale into your warrior one. Keep that back leg straight, lift your chest. Inhale, extend the leg, right? Breathing into the collarbones. Exhale, navel to spine as you bend that front knee. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms back. Keep the collarbones broad, navel back. Exhale, bend the front knee. Good, stay here for the inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Pop your back heel. Step the right foot back, big toes touch. Rolling to the pinky edge of your left foot. So, I'm sorry, go back to your plank pose. Roll your shoulder blades together and wrap your triceps in towards your midline. Now roll to the pinky edge of your left foot. All right, wrap that left shoulder blade down your back. Find Tadasana legs, hug the knees in, thigh bones back. Hips lift up, one more breath. Exhale, right hand comes down. Breathe in here, downward facing dog. Right, always taking a rest whenever you need it. Child's pose or any other pose that's restorative to you. Inhale, left leg floats. Take a moment, be in that transition. Exhale, step forward. Right heel down. Inhale to come up. Just pausing here. Finding that back leg so that it's easy for that leg to, and I even forgot about it because I was thinking about what we were going to do next. Like, oh yeah, back leg. So as we inhale and bring the arms down, you can really drive those legs down. Uddiyana Bandha pulls you up. Keep all of that. Exhale, navel to spine, bend the front knee. Moving deeper into the back bend, yes? Inhale, arms down. Get big. As you stay big, exhale, bend the front knee, right? Keep that decompression as we move deeper into the back bend. Unamas, inhale. Rib cage up, shoulders soft. Exhale. Bending the front knee. Staying for the inhale. Exhale, hands down. Pop the back heel, step back, big toes touch. Set that right shoulder, broaden the collarbones. Wrap the triceps in towards the midline. Then roll to your right pinky edge. Right? Not hanging into the joints of my right arm. Lifting up, wrapping the muscles around the bones. One more big breath. Exhale, left hand comes down. Breathe in your plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Pull the hands back. Ooh, turn your head to one side and rest. So you're gonna do this little back body strengthening move. And it's kind of some interesting choreography. Maybe a couple of you have done it with me before, but let's have you watch it first, okay? So we start on the belly, tops of the hands, sorry, backs of the hands on the sacrum, and you just kind of start here, blah, right? Watching first. I promise I'll let you do it 2 times. We got to turn all the stuff on that's going to help us with our back extension, legs, pubic bone down. So now I'm going to lift my elbows first, right? Coming from my middle traps. Then I'm going to lift my palms, not letting those elbows drop. Then as I inhale, I'm going to reach the hands back, lifting up. Shalabhasana, you see this, yes? Keeping the lift of my chest, looping the shoulder blades back. Point my fingertips forward to come into a hovering cobra pose. Loop those shoulder blades back, loop back. Pause. And then retrograde. Extend arms back. Stay lifted through the chest as I touch the fingertips together. Keep the hands lifted as I lower my head down. Keep the elbows lifted as I lower my hands down. Lower the elbows down, blah. Ooh. And, as always, slower is going to give you more strength. So we'll do a little slower. Plus, you're new, right? So, on your belly, feet hip distance. seconds. You can feel all 10 toenails, even the pinky and the mat. Right, backs of the hands to the sacrum. Everything's relaxed for now. Then extend out through those legs. Lift your kneecaps up. Press your feet down. Press your pubic bone down. Inhale. Take your forehead to the mat. Elbows come up first. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep it out of the upper traps. Lift your hands up. Make sure your belly's turned on. Extend your arms back. Lift your chest. Right, hugging those elbows together. Keep the elbows hugging together as you point your fingertips forward. Loop the shoulder blades back, hovering cobra pose. And then extend arms back, stay lifted. Keep the chest lifted as you touch fingertips together. Lower the chest down, keep the arms up. Lower the hands down, keep the elbows up. Lower the elbows down. Blah. One more time, just because the first time's weird, right? And you can do it like 5 more times later today if you want to. Okay, back to the hands. Here we go. Forehead down. Legs strong. Core engaged. Pubic bone down. Elbows lift. Palms lift. Keep the elbows searching together. Bellies in as you extend the arms, lifting the chest. Keep those elbows searching together as you point fingertips forward. Hover the cobra. Good. Extend arms back. Belly in. Keep the chest lifted as fingertips touch. Keep the hands lifted as head goes down. Elbows up, hands down. Elbows down. Blah. Ooh. Turn your head one direction. Maybe cactus your arms. Turn your head the other direction. Put hands under the shoulders. Push back to Balasana. Feet and knees closer together. Maybe arms along the side of the body. Right, open up all the back body work that we did, that back extension. Move into your down dog. Notice any differences, right? Feel that warmth that you created on the backside and engage it now. And it helps keep the arm bones in the socket, which is super important because you're bearing weight in them right now. Yeah. Feet together. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop to your hands. Come halfway up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rest. Arms up. Ooh. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands to your sides, close your eyes. Just take a moment and feel what you created. Right? Coming up under gravity this way. Noticing the warmth and engagement in the back body and that increased awareness all the way up through the chest and shoulders. Open your eyes. Chair pose. So, settle on into your chair. As you exhale, I want you to think about narrowing your sitting bones, right? So you're going to take these dudes in. To feel that lift right above your pubic bone. On your inhales, you're going to extend the spine just ever so slightly to find just a little bit of back bend. Yeah, exhales, narrow sitting bones. Inhales, little tiny back bend, broaden the chest. One more, exhale, narrow those sitting bones. Inhale, this time stand, broaden the chest. Find that back bend. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, halfway up. Move through your vinyasa. So step or hop back to plank or chaturanga. Lowering for a cobra, hovering in your chaturanga for an up dog. Skipping all of that. Meeting down dog. Inhale, right leg floats up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open, but keep the shoulders neutral. And dropping that right shoulder down. Pressing both palms evenly. One more inhale. Exhale, step between hands. Warrior 2. Making sure that that right knee is tracking over the ankle and not beyond. If you want to go deeper, then you got to lengthen that stance. Plugging the arm bones in. I'll give you back view. Right? So I can reach out through the fingertips, which we want to find, but we definitely have to have that stability in towards the middle. So turn the palms up. Do a little curl, bicep curl. Hug those fists in. Pause right here. Feel how those shoulder blades are coming together and down your back. Keep that. Extend the arms out. And then turn the palms down. Right? So you should feel like your arm bones are moving in as your fingertips move out. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good. Next inhale, coming up, straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. And you can reach this way and then revolve your arm. If you like to check out what's happening in your pelvis, I always encourage that because that's where this should initiate from. Same thing here with the arms. Plug those arm bones in. Reach the fingertips out. Feel how that stability through the shoulder girdle allows you to extend more through the crown of the head and the hips. One more breath. Good. Exhale. Looking down to the front foot. Windmill the hands down. Pyramid pose. Shorten your stance a bit. Pull that right hip crease back. Back leg is straight and the heel is rooted. Front leg, depending on what kind of support you have, right? If you have a block and you can straighten the leg with a block, then that's what you want to do. If not, bending that front knee is fine, right? But the back leg is straight, so make sure that's happening. One more full breath here. Good. Bending the front knee, place the hands down. Sweeping right leg back to three-legged dog. Good, and finding your vinyasa. So if you want to bring that right leg down and do a traditional, you can. If you want to add on a three-legged vinyasa. Back and down dog. Big toes together. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Drop that left armpit down. Soften your shoulders. Engage the core. Exhale, step between hands. Warrior 2, other side. Hug your shoulder blades together. But watch, because we can't over-engage. And then those upper traps, which are ever so helpful, right? So whenever you're adjusting things, you want to go slow into it, right? Not like, uh-oh, I went too far. Uh-oh, I went too far. Right? Just right along the edge there. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse. Soften the shoulders down. Bringing the torso up, straighten the front leg. Trikonasana. Triangle pose. You can always shorten stance if you need. Reach out over that leg. Finding length through the left side body, yeah. Expanding through the chest. You're feeling those shoulder blades together. Upper trap soft. One more big inhale. Exhale, top hand comes down, face your front leg, shorten the stance a bit. Pyramid pose over the left leg. You're steering that left hip back. Talk into your right quad to keep that back leg straight. It's helpful that you can see it because then you can talk to it a little easier. One more full breath. Bend your front knee, plant your hands. Three-legged dog with the left leg up. Find your vinyasa or skip it. Child's pose, your choice. So if you want to take balasana again, the knees and feet together, arms along the side, or come into the hips a little bit more by opening the knees, keeping the toes together, walking the torso through. If you're not sure, give both a try and see what's appropriate. One more full breath. Come back to your down dog. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, stepping to high crescent. Inhale, bring the torso up. And so again, as you inhale, you feel that lift of your rib cage up off your pelvis by drawing the navel center back. As you exhale, navel to spine, don't lose that height. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. All right, pausing here, keeping the chest broad. Now maybe turn those palms to face away from you. Oh, and try and straighten your elbows. All right, inhaling, pause at the top, get bigger. Exhale, humble your warrior. You can flip the palms back together. I'm sorry, humble your high crescent. Warrior would be easier. Right, keep that back body engaged to support you. Hug your right hip back and your left hip forward. Maybe let your head hang from your collarbones. I know. One more breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms come up. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to pull my foot back so I don't run into my stereo. And then half moon, maybe the block comes underneath your hand. So hugging those shoulder blades together on the spine. Let's take left hand up. Now let's take that left arm in line with the ear maybe. And keep rotating the chest open, feeling expansion all the way up through the collarbones. One more big breath. The left hand comes down, standing splits the release. Oh, yay. Lift it way up. One more big breath. Exhale, Jiva squat. Left knee comes behind, right, blah. Maybe lift the hands, pause. Be small and compact. And then sit down. Left shin comes down. Right, so now I'm in Ardha Matsyendrasana with my right knee on top. Breathing. Left arm comes around the knee. Right hand behind. We haven't done really any twisting, so take it easy. Inhale, lift up through the shoulders and wrap that right shoulder head back. Exhale, you slowly take those left ribs across your right thigh. If you want to switch this elbow to the outside of the knee, you can. Honor what's available in your chest truthfully though, right? No need to get yourself in a crunched up position. We can do that pretty easily without thinking about it. 2 more breaths, look over the right shoulder softly. Inhale, unwind. I'm gonna come forward, maybe with or without hands. I used hands. Hands on the ground. I'm gonna take this leg and come out to the side. We did that funky, like, what do you call it? Fire hydrant pose the other day. Just take that leg out to the side. Left knee's in line with the left hip. Left knee is bent. Right hip is hugging in. Hold your belly in. One more big breath. Good job. Big toes touch. Forward fold. And I'm going to bend one leg at a time because that feels good to kind of pedal out through my SI. Big toes touch. Inhale, rise. All the way up. Find a little back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause. Be with that work. Breathe into your heart, across your shoulders. Leaving the crown of the head supported. Open your eyes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and bow. Inhale halfway up. Make your way to down dog, maybe through a vinyasa. Feet together. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, step it forward, high crescent. Ground down through your feet as you come up. So important. Arms. Right, and then notice when you let your belly hang out, how that really dumps in the low back and kind of makes everything feel heavy. And now hug in the inner thighs and lift those low abdominal contents. Interlace your hands behind your back. Opposite grip. Hug the shoulder blades together. Keep the upper trap soft. And maybe turn the palms away from you. This side is harder for me than the other side. It's very interesting. And one more breath. In. Flip the palms back and then come forward to your humble high crescent. Keep that back leg on line. Grounding through the left heel to the left sitting bone. One more breath. Inhale. Come all the way up. Arms come up to warrior two. Turning to your right. Good. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So again, I'm pulling my front foot back. Right hand can go to your hip for the transition. You can use a block under that left hand. Extend your right arm up to the sky. Plug those arm bones in. Now maybe take that right arm in line with the ear. Right, reach your right heel away from your right fingertips. Rotate your rib cage open to the sky. One more breath. Exhale, standing split. Yay. Drop the head down, lift the foot up. Inhale. Exhale, Jiva squat. Get small. And then maybe take the hands off. Balance. Different side. Hands down, sit down. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Arm around the front leg. Left hand behind. Inhale, navel pulls back as you rotate that left shoulder back. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale and one. Okay, so coming forward. Oh yeah, dude. Maybe hands are down. Take that right leg out to the side. Oh, feeling the work in both outer glutes, yeah? Belly hugs in, one more breath. Big toes touch. Head down. Grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Make sure the feet are hip distance. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen your spine. Pull those shoulder heads back to find more length through the spine. And exhale, hold on to your toes as you cactus your arms. Right? Think about that bicep curl that we did in our warrior two and engage that here. Let your head go, go, go. Shake it if you need. One more breath. Inhale halfway up, let the toes go. Bring them to touch. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise. Come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close down your eyes. Take a moment to breathe into the space that you created. That heart space, the awareness, your shoulders in the front and the back. Good, open your eyes, inhale, arms up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, coming halfway up. Vinyasa, if you'd like, we'll meet in down dog. Inhale your right leg up, bend the knee, roll the hip open. And maybe flipping your dog, planting that foot behind you. Keep wrapping your left shoulder back and down towards your hips. And then press your hips up from your feet and your hand. Lay your head back. Go one more big breath, all the way up to the collarbones. Exhale back to the center. So you're gonna take your knee into your chest and turn your hips to the left to sit down. It's a prone twist, which means that I'm gonna have my right thigh bone parallel to the short edge of my mat, yeah? It's not pigeon. It's this position on your front side, yeah? So find that, and then as you go to lay down, if you just lay down like this, there's gonna be some crunchy business in your right side. You gotta crawl so that you're rolling yourself onto the front of that right hip, yeah? Arms, you can stack the palms, take the elbows out to the sides, rest your forehead down or to the left. Find that, breathe into it. Like I said, you might need to crawl yourself forward towards your head a little bit more, not moving, just rolling onto the hip more. This is one where I wish I could be with you, friends. Then to add, if you want to add a deeper thoracic twist and shoulder opening, you lift up onto your right elbow and thread the left arm over to the right side with the palm up. And then you lay down on that shoulder. And if you have something to slow down gravity under your head, for me, I'm using my arm, fist, you could use a blanket. It's a pretty deep stretch, regardless of how mobile you are. But be truthful about it. If you can't take a breath into it, and remembering that with these deeper twists, we want to do that slow sipping breath, right? So that we don't ram right up against things. Just like all of the engagement that I was talking about before. You're gonna fire those fibers sequentially as opposed to all at once. So 5 more breaths. Carefully taking that left arm out if you had it threaded under, maybe moving it around a bit. Come back to your palms. You're gonna sweep that right leg back again. Oh, bring toes touch. Pedal out the feet, move into the legs. Other side, left leg up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. And to flip into this dog, I bend my right leg and get closer to the ground. You don't have to free fall at all. And then turn the feet. Wrap that right shoulder. Press down into your feet. Pull the belly in. One more breath. Coming carefully back. Knee into chest. Hips turn right. And I lay down on my left hip. Laying down on my left hip. And then crawling forward out of that low back so that you have length on both sides. Elbows out to the side. Maybe eventually right arm threads under the palm up. Right and sides, especially through shoulders, can be a lot different. Three more breaths. I feel like this pose definitely can give you a lot of information on how your hips and your shoulders relate to each other, right? With just this very important spine in between. It's all a checks and balances. Carefully drawing the arm out if you had it under, giving it a little movement, making your way back to down dog. Move forward to plank, lower all the way to the ground. And then coming onto your back and grab a block. Or the blanket will work as well. So your options are plow pose, which is what I recommend, right? With the knees coming into the chest. Take them up and over. Oops, I gotta move away from my couch. Though it could also be a really nice one if I didn't want to go as deep. That's always cool, right? But there are issues that would make this not appropriate. Cervical spine things, lots of different stuff. So if you don't want to do that one, we can do supported bridge with some legs up against the wall. Nice thing about the reason I'm recommending the plow pose is it's great for finishing, but also we've done a lot of back engagement, which is good because we don't spend a lot of our life doing that accidentally like we do with the rounded position. So moving into your pose as I gab at you. But just like anything, when we strengthen something, we also want to keep the mobility. So here with this plow pose, take the legs over the head. You can hold on to your hips. You can start to walk down or up the back, which is down towards the mat. You can try a little interlacing of the hands and pressing the arms down to get a little bit more flexion through the torso to get your hips over your chest. Though there is a little bit of back body engagement in that, yes. And then at some point, if you want to switch it into a Karna Pindasana, where you bend the knees and they go towards their respective ears, right knee to right ear, left knee to left ear, feet down maybe. If you're comfortable, you can walk the hands back to the backs of the knees or to the feet. It gives a little more weight that way. Now you're really in this nice spread back body situation. And so cultivate that. Send your breath. Stay soft through the back of the neck, forehead. And if you're in the plow pose, we got some compression on the throat there, which is appropriate, but might sometimes be uncomfortable. So maybe swallow. Take 3 more breaths where you are. Gently start to make your way out of your pose. Finding a neutral position. So if you're in plow, you're just gonna roll down. Draw the navel back to support so you can come down gently. Once the hips land, bend the knees. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Let your knees drop in. Take your arms overhead. That's gonna feel really good. Now you get to appreciate the front side and how much better it feels to have it open, where the organs have space. If you had the block underneath your hips, then again, find that neutral, same neutral position. The knees dropping in, and then move to your counter pose, which let's all do happy baby first, and then we're gonna do supported fish together after that. So happy baby from where you are. Pull your knees into either side of your torso first, and then extend your spine. Send your tailbone back down. Find some back body engagement, right? And try and keep the thighs where they are, and then flex your feet and send them up to the sky. Grab onto the pinky edges of your feet. Pull them back, and again, extend through the back body. Bring those shoulder blades together, broaden your collarbones. Send your breath through your groin, through your rib cage, your collarbones, maybe rock a little bit. Making that space, right? And if you're ever, it's a great one for depression, back bending. Very helpful to clear out the stagnance, right? So now knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug. Roll to one side. So we'll set up this supported fish pose. I'm going like 5 minutes long, you guys, today. So if you need to take off, then feel free and have a lovely day. But just so we can do this nice supported pose and then a nice shavasana. So if you don't have the block, a blanket will work as well, and you'll do that along the spine, right? The block is gonna go at the shoulder blades. So I'll show you block first. I'm gonna lay down right on the back side of my shoulder blades, yeah? Once I get in there, bend the knees and the elbows. Press your elbows down and tuck the shoulder blades in so that your shoulders are moving down towards your hips and not like gathering up towards your throat, yeah? I would probably want a blanket under my head here. That's what it feels like for me. And then, so that's that one, and extend your legs out once you got what you need. Or take your blanket, roll it, and butt is on the mat, spine is on the roll. Yeah. Both of them should feel good. You shouldn't get in there with any kind of feeling. If you do, add more support. Bring the ground up to you. Just appreciating this support of gravity in our neutral position. Yeah, your low back should feel happy. If it doesn't, you can bend the knees and tuck the tail under. Sometimes I really like to take my hands to the top of my butt, lift up, and like swipe the top of my butt down towards my heels. Really nice clearing. Then you can leave the knees bent or slide them out again and see if you can maintain that. And go on watching the breath. Noticing where your thoughts have gone. And then back to your body. Notice how you're feeling overall in certain areas. Take opposite elbows across your belly and gently bring your arms up over your head and bring your feet together down below, joining the legs. Reach your elbows away from your feet and vice versa, but keep those arm bones plugged in. And then extend your arms, reaching long through the body. Gentle pull the navel back. Just appreciate that space. And bend the knees, stand the feet, roll to one side. Pause here. A moment. If you had the block in your back, you'll get a nice residual sensation in the back of your heart to breathe into. And then move your support and find your shavasana if you want to put anything under the knees for your low back. Be warm. Again, settling those shoulder blades onto the back. It shouldn't feel like you're engaging those when you lay down. You just want to have a little external rotation at the upper arm bone so that you are in that neutral spine that's going to keep your shoulders healthy. Because the exercises that we do for our body are great, but it's how we live in our vehicle all day that makes the big impacts. Let your awareness settle into your breath, letting the breath come naturally. And there be softness across the shoulders, the throat. Hinge of the jaw below and behind the ears relaxed, root of tongue. Softening across the bridge of your nose and the corners of your eyes. Softening to spread and open the place between the eyebrows. Taking your consciousness in the back of the skull for observation. Gently start to deepen your breath. Gently make your way over to your right side into the fetal position. Pausing. Send yourself gratitude, saying thank you in your name, in your head. Gently press up to seated, and palms together at the center of the chest. Close your eyes. Feel that alignment from skull to pelvis, the energy that you moved around, cultivated. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.